Hey Sharon,
Hi, David. How are you? I thought I missed you. I overslept.
that's okay. You're here. That's what matters. How's New York City?
Hot. Very, very hot today.
Really? Okay. Kind of cool here in Oceanside, California.
Yeah, well, it's also very noisy because of all the Knicks going on. People are yelling and screaming all night long.
Oh, okay. All right. I
Right
know
on.
someone over there that is probably enjoying every minute of it. So that's cool.
How are you? I've been busy, fortunately.
Well, busy doing what?
Working. I'm SAG-E now.
SAG eligible. That's so cool. How do you feel about that?
I was so surprised. What happened was I was given
If I can
two
get your phone
recently.
number, I'm going to put it in the order real
Okay,
quick.
one moment, please. I'm sorry.
Was that again? If I can get your phone number, I'm going to start creating the order for your
Okay.
prints.
It's 970 three
One
six
moment.
one.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So what happened was I had gotten two for a film that I worked on last month, and then when I spoke to them at SAG, they reminded me, they said it was very unusual because I had started working in 22 and
Thank
23 I got my first waiver. I forgot I did a Hallmark movie.
Okay. Yes. I'm back. Please,
I
everybody.
see.
It's about 9 o'clock. Please, everybody, make sure you're on mute. Okay, especially if there's background noise.
Good morning, David.
Good morning.
Good morning, David.
Good morning. Oh, okay. So today we're going to talk about momentum. There's a difference between. This is definitely has to do with this thing we call acting and entertainment. Um, it's big, but I'm going to try to make it fun, okay? And I almost insist that you Q&A me. That'll help me on this. But let me read this, okay? Everyone has motivation. That's not the problem. Everyone has motivation. Motivation is mental. That's what it is. I'm mentally ready to go to the gym on Monday. Yes, I am. And I'm talking literally. Uh, do I want to? No. No. But I'm going to do it anyway. That's called momentum. So motivation is mental. Momentum, that's where we get stuck. You know, we tell people online or in person, hey, I'm an actor. Hey, I'm going for auditions. I'm looking around. And you might be doing so, which is great. Some people, they stop at a certain point and they don't transform their motivation into momentum. And that means atrophy of your of your career, of your life, of your hope and everything else. And then you wonder down the line, why isn't things working for me? Because you're not working, you're not moving. Everybody here has a body, otherwise they wouldn't be alive. Um, you have to move the body. Like Sharon was talking to me just a minute ago or two about she's SAG-E, which is SAG eligible, and that's because she works. Okay, now everybody here works, otherwise you wouldn't be here, on this Zoom call this morning. I mean, this afternoon. It's 9 o'clock here. Um, so momentum is simply the transference from mental to physical. See, that's the thing. I want you to listen close today because this is the secret, you know, the force be with you. Okay. This is the secret. All right. Mental aspirations, physical perspiration. You need to transfer. It's kind of like lights, camera. That's preparation. What do they say after that? They say action. Okay. Now, some of you, I don't know. Anybody new here, to 99? Anybody? Damien, Nicholas, Anthony. Okay. Yeah. All right. So if something's new, it's both exciting, generally speaking, it's both exciting and it is scary. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be afraid. Okay. Not every, most people are afraid of different things, you know. That's because it's new. Okay. What if I fail? What what if I'm a success and I can't handle it, or I lose my friend? All
So
those.
that was the image that was in there. And this is all the
What,
this is
Philip?
all the files in a row. They were all printed.
Okay.
So,
Okay,
Yeah.
Philip, please
So
keep yourself on
why
mute.
don't we
Thank you.
stop the interruptions?
Philip, please keep
Put
yourself on
yourselves
mute. It's okay, Julie. Thank you. All right. Yeah, otherwise I'll have to um, dismiss you off of which I don't want to do. I've only done that once. Anyway, and then I had to follow up with 9-9. Anyway, but where was I at? All right. So we have motivation, Everybody here has motivation. That's not a problem at all. At all. Motivation is huge. Otherwise you wouldn't be here. You would not be here. You would be gone. And no, anonymous N10D, I do not see you. But anyway, so it's momentum that we fight with. How many in here? Be honest, okay? We're all friends here. How many in here fight yourself to get going on certain things?
Me sometimes.
Okay, all right, yeah. See, see, we're all.
I do sometimes, but most times I try to keep a positive outlook in mind.
You've got to
Yeah,
do.
same.
It is a battle. Okay, so here's the thing. The reason why I asked this, okay, and I'm glad for everybody's honest here. Otherwise, you can't move ahead. If you guys, I don't care whether you are seasoned in this business or whether you're brand new. If you have motive, and I've seen it with my students, if you get from that threshold of pain to pleasure, if you get from here to your body, mental motivation and physical motivation, I mean momentum, you're going to see results almost immediately. Almost immediately, you're going to see results. Like for instance, I'm going to ask somebody at random. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Raise your hand. Not yet. Raise your hand if you can remember a time in your life where you took the steering wheel, basically, and you were afraid, but you did it anyway, whatever it is. And you got results that you wanted, or at least close. All right. Freya Churchwell.
Well, I auditioned for a play and I got chosen. And now I got to memorize these lines and I'm just terrified. But I took the plunge anyway.
Well, how did it turn out?
Well, we in rehearsals right now.
Oh, excuse me. See, you took advantage. You took hold of your 24 hours and you did something. And you said the word. You were terrified.
And I'm still terrified.
What? Why? I gotta ask.
Because I'm have to learn how to use a different dialect, and that's one of the classes that I've missed. And I've been practicing it. It's like, okay, I'm flunking out on that part.
What kind of dialect?
A Jewish dialect.
Oh, a Jewish dialect.
Yeah. And
What
I had
kind
to
of
sing a
what kind
Jewish
of
song. I had to sing a song in Jewish.
what? Oh, wow. What kind of what is the subject matter of the play?
They're celebrating Christmas, but they're
Oh,
going through everything that leads up to the Christmas. So
that's
it's challenging.
I'll tell you what, and then I'm gonna move on. But listen to me close, okay?
Okay.
Do not, I repeat, do not be overly concerned, especially at the beginning, of I got to get this dialect right. I've got to get this dialect right. If I don't, well, all is lost. Okay, don't don't focus on the character, and focus on why they're there, what their conflict is. Get to know them on personal level. Otherwise, you're just making noise. Okay, that way you'll build a confidence with your character. It's a friendship. Okay, and then then you work on your dialect. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And, actingcoachdavid@gmail.com if you want to write to me, and I'll send you some stuff. You especially, um, for dialects, because I teach dialects. Okay.
Okay.
Sweet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Elizabeth, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I wanted to kind of go from this. It's more a real life thing. I come from the heavy transportation area, driving tractor trailers,
Oh, wow.
locomotive engineer, and I'm transitioning into the acting and modeling, which was something I did when I was a teenager.
Excellent.
The world has changed a lot. Ooh, I'm so lost. Oh my God.
How young are you?
And I did my photo shoot. I had problems in the situation. I couldn't find a photographer, and now I finally found one.
Good.
And the agency, not 99, but another agency that I was with, was kind of disappointed because the photographer I found was not a entertainment photographer. He was a concert photographer. He does
Mhm.
concerts and stuff. But I feel like his eye is like excellent because concert photography, the lighting, you have to learn how to do lighting.
Wow. You're right.
So
Okay.
I hired him, but they don't seem to have much faith in my thought. But just the couple pictures that we did, because we just did the shoot last night, and the ones that I seen, I like, but I'm a little nervous and scared about what not just the other agency, but what 99 is going to think. So
Okay.
I got
Well,
to motivate
well,
myself to send them.
let me see. Okay, this is all recorded. 99 is a very creative, kind agency. Okay, I've been with them as their coach, for about since 2014. Okay, I've been coaching. They hire me to coach. So, number one, uh, it's good to branch out. Now, 99 has an excellent source of resources and things to connect you with the right photographers and that. I do as well, because I get around. That's just what I do for a living. And um, if it works for you, do it. If you find a good photographer, in fact, right now, I'm going to give you this and just give you this and everybody this, okay? About headshots. Number one, I'm not even going to belabor the words, but don't rely on selfies. Selfies, I've said this so many times before. Selfies is a picture of yourself, and you're trying to indicate, pictures, and it's all fake. It looks fake because there's nothing there. It's just a selfie. It's about you. It's not about your mind. It's about do I look sexy? Do I look this way? Just forget all that. Okay, it's fun, and leave it at that. But if you go on Backstage, that's what it's called, Backstage, okay? BACK stage. And then put in 17 questions to ask a headshot photographer. 17 questions. It's a great resource, okay? It's free, it's right there. And it'll give you an idea, it'll prepare you for your professionalism. That's pretty good. P
Yeah.
PFP. Prepare for, yeah. So do that, and you're doing great. Give yourself credit. Give yourself credit for what you're doing today, not
Okay.
tomorrow. You learned from yesterday. Tomorrow's not here. Don't sweat it. Do
Okay.
something today, just a little, because if you've never run a marathon, I've never run a marathon, but if you've never run a marathon or a 5K, I know people who have. You're gonna have to train just like this game we call acting. You're gonna have to train. You're going to have to train, and you're going to have to be patient with yourself. Okay,
Uh-oh.
that's so important. So patience, if you can master patience, which is an ongoing thing throughout your life, you can do anything. All right, Elizabeth.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. Maurice.
Yes, sir. Yep, I'm here.
All right. So what is your story?
Well, it was last year. They had a big celebration for my mother's 7th birthday, she knows so many people because she runs a nonprofit. There's over 100 people there, and my sister was telling me that some of my other siblings were scared to get up and say a few words, so she asked me if I would do it, and I wasn't prepared for it at all. I got shanghaied, so I said yes, and I got up and did it, and it was kind of like a blur because I was trying to focus on one or two people to kind of get my words out right, but they say speak to the whole crowd. So, but yeah, it was kind of really stressful. So
That is so cool. You did something that was uncomfortable. You know, when you do something that's uncomfortable, it's uncomfortable, and yet when you get through it, um, you end up being more confident, and that's what motivate. That's what momentum does. You take it from your brain. You know, Einstein says we're all uh, geniuses in our own minds, which is easy. You know, but then you get a chance to actually be uncomfortable, and you grow from it, and it stays with you. Oh my, it stays with you. What was the result that you received after you spoke, Maurice?
I got a applause. It was a pretty good applause, but I mean, after I did it, I still felt like did I mess up somewhere? So
Oh,
I had to talk to my sister and like, how did I do? She was like, you did well. So,
right.
but
I'll give you an example. Okay, I'll boost your vision here, everybody here. Johnny Depp, everybody knows that name. Okay, and he was in Sweeney Todd, and in Sweeney Todd he had to sing. Okay, now when he was in his, this is different. When he he won't look at his stuff. He's very intimidated by his own work as he's low confidence sometimes. So that being said, when he was a teen, he had a band. He has a band now with Alice Cooper, but he plays a lot. Okay, but at that time in 2009, when he did Sweeney Todd, he had to sing in a booth. Maybe that was it. He had to sing in a booth, not in front of a audience, and he was intimidated by his own voice. You know, so he had to overcome something. He had to overcome that fear and do it anyway. And no amount of money is going to change that. You need to change on what's inside, you know. So he had coaches, just like you're here to be coached in things. Everybody needs a coach because you can't see yourself on stage. You can't judge yourself in a voiceover accurately. And you can't see yourself in front of a camera. That's someone else's job. So, Maurice, two thumbs up to you. That is sweet. I love it.
thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Kai Brown, hey, sir.
Hey, Coach David. How you doing?
Good. How about you? What's going on with you?
I'm doing pretty well right now. Well, yeah. The story I had was last year. It was for this old music. It was like for this old music. It was like for this old music tour audition thing called Too High Radio. So I went. So I went to audition and showcase one of my songs. I was extremely nervous, but because my music wasn't getting views and plays like that. But then when I went there, but then when I went there, but then when I went there, yeah. But then when I went there and I sang my song, I did good, and I was invited to go on tours with them and all that. But so I know my music's talented. I just don't know the right people to play it around yet. But because everybody around me say they support me, but nobody listens to my music. It's like my music get played everywhere else
Well,
except
you're
for my
supported.
direct
You're
people.
supported here at 99. Find people who support you. Find people who are interested in the craft of singing or acting. And I'm speaking to everybody at the same time. Find those people and make friends with them. You know, what I do, and I've said this before, but it's worth repeating. What I do for my students and for myself, and um, I, if I'm not if I'm not online, I'm offline, i.e., out there. Okay. And I'm looking for opportunities to talk to people. Like out here at Oceanside, California, they have a lot of musicians and different people on the pier. that play. Okay, they do that in New York. Sharon will
Yeah,
attest to
yeah,
that.
yeah. Out here in Sacramento, it's really boring. It's more of a retirement city than an entertainment city. Yeah, so I'm in the
Okay,
wrong city for being an.
well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Do you have access to get to? Let me say this: Sacramento. There's a train that goes from Oceanside, where we're at, all the way up to Santa Barbara and Hollywood and all that. It's based upon it's an Amtrak train, but it's not an Amtrak. It's blue. I think it's called the blue something. I have to really pay attention. But if you have access to get somewhere, take a train. It's not that expensive. It's like $20 or whatever, and then go and walk around, get some new vision. Okay, Sacramento is beautiful. The city of trees, but if it's not feeding you, if it's not feeding your brain, it's not going to feed your body motivation, momentum. You got to get moving. Okay, so that's a suggestion. And when you do that, you're going to expand. Uh, you're going to expand tremendously. So put yourself on purpose on purpose, and I don't care. I mean, I care. That's what I'm saying is I don't care if you are uncomfortable. Okay. I'm uncomfortable most of the time. I'm uncomfortable today. Okay. Um, but I recognize, hey, if I don't push through this, something that I want is not going to happen. So you have to do that, you know. And guys, ladies, gentlemen, what's the worst that can happen if you don't get your daily goal or your monthly goal? What's the worst that can happen?
You fall off.
You fall off, but then, like a bicycle or a skateboard, you get back on, right? And people that see other people fall in this industry, it's not as horrible as they paint the picture of it online in this media and stuff, because they don't have media, electronic media, or those tabloids. They have no heart. They're heartless. Okay, why? Because they want to sell. That's all they want. They want likes, loves, and sell their magazine and blah blah blah. But honestly, use this as an example. This group today. Okay, people are here to support one another. You're here to support each other and for yourself. So, get out there and get motivated. I can't do this. I can't do it for you. And even if I could give you momentum, that would be shoving and pushing you. No one responds to that too favorably. You need to find the guts inside, and it's there to say, I don't care what people think, because you never know what people think anyway, ever. Okay. Express yourself. You only have so much time on this planet to express yourself and to learn about who you are. And that's the truth. You can't deny that. Okay. Many people last year and even this year in this business have passed on, you know. So I'm just saying, you know. Um, but back to this. When you transform your motivation, head knowledge, and things to momentum, I'm telling you, I'm trying to find the right words to encourage you today. You will be amazed at your ability to succeed. And the funny thing is, all it takes is moving your body with what your thoughts are thinking. I know that sounds so simple, because it is. You need to move. Robert Nairn, are you there? Robert Nairn? No? Okay. You're there, but you're not there. All right. But yeah, has anyone here ever been, and I know this is thrown around cliche and stuff, but I really want to know, because this is what makes us freeze up as actors. Um, and even if you haven't acted before, I know you've had this. It's called nervousness. I'm going to label it the way they label it in the world. Has anyone ever here, by show of hands, has stage fright?
No.
Yeah, see? All right. Stephanie Bailey, why did you have stage fright? What was the story?
Never been up in front of a bunch of people to put on, you know, an act.
Yeah. Yeah. You need to place yourself there. You need to place yourself there. There are so many people in the industry. Only two come to mind: Liza Minnelli and Johnny Carson. It was 20-something people. Maybe they've heard of the names or not, but they used to throw up in a bucket when they were just before they went on stage. Why? Because they were so nervous. They had such a weight that they placed on their shoulders to do excellent. And of course, those kind of people are great anyway. We don't always see our own greatness. And that's not a conceit thing, it's a truth. Okay? You're an individual made in the image of God, and you have unique talents and abilities. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here, seeking it out. You don't have to know all the answers. You just have to get out there and move. Okay? I was teaching that to a student of mine yesterday. We took a script, and this is something you can do. Seriously, listen. We took a script, and I'm helping her put together her acting reel. But and we said it in so many different ways that was true to the character, but the essence of it was what they were feeling, what the character was feeling. And she said it without moving. And I said, listen. Do this. Do this. I gave her different things to do. And all of a sudden, her energy level, okay, the character was irritated and frustrated. The moment she started to move her body in different ways, the characterization came out. The emotion came out. I go, what just happened? I knew what happened, but I give the people I want them to think for themselves. And then I said, listen, this is what I want you to do. I want you to memorize this paragraph. It's not big. You guys can do the same thing. You take something, a scene from a movie. It's really simple. This will help you get over your stage fright, even if you're not in front of people. And you memorize the script, the passage, whatever. And all you need to do is basically put your little phony on a tripod and just, and just film yourself. No one's there to judge you except you, but don't judge yourself. Ask yourself, critique yourself. Hey, how did I do? I'm going to talk to one of the coaches at 99. I'm going to write to Coach David, moi. Okay. I'm going to watch a video about this, and I'm going to improve over time. The more you do something, the better you get. I don't care what it is. But if you do it once, twice, 3 times, or what's worse, you dabble in it like twice a month or whatever. I'm going to the gym. Great. Where are you going? Planet Fitness. Okay. How often do you go? Maybe once a month. I don't know. But I'm going to get big and strong and healthy. No, you're not. That's motivation without movement. That's good. Motivation without movement is, what is that? MOM? Mom? Or wow? I don't know. I teach in acronyms. But yeah, motivation without movement, you stay stagnant. Don't trick yourself into thinking that what you've done yesterday is enough for the month or the week or whatever. Okay. Stage fright will paralyze you, but it doesn't have to be that way. You got to face it, Sharon, have you ever had stage fright?
Not stage fright, but I'm nervous the night before when I have to film. So what I do is I take a swig of Pepto, and once I'm on set, I'm fine. I don't know how that came about, but it seems to work.
Okay, that's funny. That's interesting. You could say that when you're on Jimmy Fallon or something someday, but
No, I don't think so.
hey, you never know. You never know what's going to happen in this industry.
I would never tell the story.
Oh, okay. But
And my motivation was joining 99 And
Okay.
the extra motivation was the private session that I had with you. That really pushed me forward.
Oh, wow.
Oh, snap.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Um, yeah, and let me ask you this. This is really important, Sharon.
Hmm.
After the night before, you know your nervous system and your the habits, your well, you don't have to understand everything about it, but you know how you feel at night, and then you take some Pepto in the morning and you go, and then you're fine, right?
Yes.
So you develop a routine.
Hmm.
It's a different routine. It's unique only to you. But hey,
Fasting also helps. I have a few friends in the industry that fast. I mean, we have liquids. We'll have soup, we'll have coffee, we'll have tea, but we won't have a meal so it doesn't sit inside,
oh,
especially if you're doing a scene where you're moving. The last month I was working with stunt people for 5 days, so
sweet.
I wasn't eating the night before.
Wow. Okay, that was very smart. Yeah, you get lethargic if you know a big turkey dinner. Now I'm going to go for a run. You know, that is very smart. Um, I would say to everybody here, including myself, before you fast, make sure you learn about fasting because there's different ways. There's a juice fast. There's all different things. But one thing, what Sharon mentioned about fasting is this: it builds confidence. Why? Quite literally, Sharon, are you more alert when you have fasted?
Yes, I am.
Do you know
I
why?
I can do it for 24 to 30 hours, and that's
Okay.
it.
Do you know why you're more alert though?
I don't have so much junk in my body.
Exactly.
I
So
tend to
you're
have a sweet tooth.
so me too. So you have seven systems in your body. Okay, digestive system is one, and uh, your digestive system is like the central hub of everything that goes on. Okay, and it takes a lot of energy and a lot of blood flow to digest a meal, depending on what you ate. Okay. So it's always working for you. But sometimes um, when you fast, partial fast, whatever it is, um, and do it carefully. I'm no doctor, but the blood gets a chance to flow to your brain, to your extremities. Therefore, you have more energy going on. Okay. And of course, you need glucose. You need different things, not a big meal. And then here's the thing, Stephanie, Elizabeth, everybody here, you have more confidence. Why? Quite literally, confidence is not motivation, it's momentum. You have momentum in your body, i.e., your blood flows. That's called momentum. It's physical movement. And the easier that flows, the more strength you have. This is why when you leave a gym or you go for a walk, you feel energized, you have endorphins and things and less cortisol, and you feel like I can move a mountain. Okay. That's really, it sounds simple because it is. So if you want to take your, and thank you, Sharon. if you want to take if you want to take your motivation to momentum, watch what you eat. If you vape, I'm not judging anybody, but it's not good for you. Hey, if you smoke, it's not good for you. You know, you have to make choices every day. Something might be holding you back besides fear. It's your physical body. I'm not talking about limitations. I'm talking about your diet, your sleep, your rest, everything. Okay. You know, and there's something it's to me, it's mysterious, but it works. If you get your mind right, get your body right first. It, momentum is pushing yourself past your thoughts. I think I said that earlier. But yeah, um, now the more you do something, the better you get. Um, who in here, I'll pick somebody by a show of hands. Who in here have I'm just going to say this, have been in an actual stage? Anybody?
Me.
I know. I'm picking on somebody else.
Good.
Damien Von Ashore. I think I said that right.
Azori.
Azori. Where's that from? Azori. What a great name.
It's actually my spiritual name.
Oh, okay. That's very okay. Now you got my attention. When was the last time you were on stage?
2003 at high school.
Okay, what'd you do?
I played as an old man.
How old are you?
I am 41.
Okay. How did you feel when you were on stage?
As much as I feel now. Unfortunately, I wasn't labeled with anxiety, so I didn't know what it was back then. But I've noticed that through life, I have tons of anxiety, and every day is a stage fright for me. So being up in front of people will always be a problem.
You are a brave man. I'm going to gently correct you on the word always. Always and never hardly ever happen. And you don't want to tell yourself that because always stays for always. But the one thing I'm going to tell you, you talk about anxiety. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Listen close. We're talking about the body, right? And how it works. Excitement and fear affect your nervous system the same way. It excites, it moves things, okay, based upon what you're thinking, okay? So ask yourself this the next time and give yourself credit for even being here, okay? The next time you feel anxious or excited, stop yourself. Take a breath. That's so important. Deep breath, okay? And relax. Take a few breaths and ask yourself, Damien, or whoever your name is, whoever you are, why am I nervous? And then be really quiet. Literally speak it out. Why am I nervous? And then the answer will come to you. I don't know what the answer will be, but reflection is power. And realize too that both excitement. I use the when I go on a roller coaster, okay, like in Sandusky, Ohio, Cedar Point. When I go there, I am so excited about getting on this new roller coaster. But guess what? I'm also scared out of my wits. Why? Well, just don't go. Yeah, but it's exciting. Oh, it's exciting to be on stage. I see. So, what are you feeling? You got to really be honest. Are you feeling, are you motivated to be excited or nervous? Usually it's both. Okay, they combine, they're like brother and sister. They're different, but they're both in the same family. So stop what you're doing. This goes for Elizabeth and everybody here, and everybody receives it. I don't care how long you've been doing this or you're brand new. You relax and ask this. Just came to me. Listen, what would happen? How would I feel if I didn't take that chance? And don't get distracted and distract yourself from the answer to that question. Because if you do, you'll remain where you're at, which is not really a good thing because all that is motivation and you don't move and then you don't grow and you don't experience life. Well, someday, there is no someday. I've checked, it's not on the calendar. Okay. So you got to stop. What would happen if I never acted again? What would happen if I never tried? What would I would remain where I'm at? See, I have to do this myself. Okay. And I've been in it for like 30 plus years, but you need to re-examine yourself, you know, and really, and don't hide behind the screen of social media. It's so easy to do. Computer warrior. I booked it. I did this. Nobody cares. You know why? Not that they're mean or nasty, but they're concerned about their own posts and things. And pretty soon you did a bunch of hours of on the computer, but really did nothing. Scrolling, 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 not moving my butt, rawhide. Okay. You need to actually do. All right. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. Um, because there's in this business, there's honestly no room for ego. Ego kind of trips you up because ego makes you more afraid, and it's the truth. Yeah. So, anybody have any questions or stories they want to tell? I know you do.
I was gonna raise my hand, but I don't know if I did it correctly about being on stage.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead.
Well, because I'm a musician, so I get the opportunity to get on stage in a different sense.
Okay.
But as a musician, also having a mindset of being a performer, because you have a visual aspect of the music. And so, in that sense, it is a form of acting, I consider, um, because with your abilities and also, it's like the stage fright, inhibitions, a different situation, different crowd.
Yeah.
You have all those different things that you constantly have to deal with. Um, so it doesn't matter if, like, this next coming weekend I go back, but I'm playing at a little cafe that the lead singer from a band called Tool, his wife and him opened a business there in Cottonwood. But just it's kind of nostalgic to be able to be in some place that's connected with somebody who's in the industry in that sense. But then, you never know who's going to be there. You don't know who's going to show up. But you still do the same preparation. Um, and like you were saying today too, like for me, I find a moment set with some of the things that I'm learning and other um, processes that I'm developing my own self in. One is like with the whole action part, like you said, there's the lights, camera, action. Sometimes just that in itself can break up your whatever it is moment so that you can take a 5 minute power move and focus and take action.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, because in reality it's like you're really only one thought away from doing something positive or doing something negative. So like you said, it's like, what if I don't do this, but what if I do? And you push forward and you have like a brave moment and like you said, your momentum. And
Right.
once you do that, that just continues to feed that momentum because you feel the confidence. You realize, hey, wow, I'm doing this. Hey, I took that step. I said hi to this person about, hey, I'd like to get involved,
Yeah.
with an open mic. Like I did that at a reggae open mic here in Dallas. And first step is to show up to find out what it was about. And then the next step is, well, I'm here. I need to say hi, and introduce myself. And then at that point, a couple of weeks later, they're like, hey, are you going to get up here with us? And then it's like, uh-oh, calling me out.
Yeah. When I was younger, I relate to you. You said some excellent things there. When I was younger, I didn't know quite what I was doing. I was just idly curious, and I grew up in the suburbs and things. So it was pretty cloistered, pretty like day to day stuff. But I went to a community theater and they were doing Beauty and the Beast. They were auditioning for Beauty and the Beast. So I snuck in there like a little mouse and I sat down and I watched everybody. And I was just curious, just watching them audition. It's like, what? And I the which I knew later, the assistant director looked back and she smiled. She goes, "Did you want to audition?" And I go, "No, no, I'm okay. I'm okay. No, are you sure?" Yeah, I'll just watch. And she was nice and everything. Okay, well, let us know if you change your mind. Okay, I was treated really well. Most people are going to treat you well. Don't blow it up in your mind. You'll never work in this town again. All that stuff. It doesn't happen. Period. But here's the thing. I left, and this was the game changer. I left and got in my car, got my seatbelt on, turned on my music, got a little comfortable, and I had a feeling of regret, deep regret. David, why didn't you do? Because it's okay to talk to yourself. David, why didn't you do that? And what? Oh, I feel. Jeez. Okay. So a few months later, maybe in the next year. I wasn't sure. I can't remember. Been a while. I went there and I auditioned for Wizard of Oz, and because I didn't want that feeling to come back. You have to remember your feelings. You have to identify your feelings because that is what motivates you or demotivates you into momentum. You need to do that. Embrace pain. Pain is your friend, it's not your enemy. Okay. But if you ignore it, it doesn't do you any good. It's like, I have a headache. What are you doing for it? Nothing. Well, your body's on the alert trying to help you. You need to pay attention to it. Telling you. And, I want everybody to write to me. It's up to you though. Actingcoachdavid@gmail.com. Because if you, and I'm launching a book, by the way, too. I'll send you that information too. But if you think and then move, it's so elementary. If you think and you move, you'll get a result. If you think without moving, you won't get a result. You have a lot of thoughts. You'll have a lot of mind trash up here. It's all mixed together so much that you can't, that you just get frustrated and just push it aside. And
It's
then you
kind
go
of
about,
like an action and a beat.
what do you say, Blake?
It's kind of like an action and a beat in acting. Like when you
Explain.
move or well, you do an action and then you might do a thought, you know,
Right.
and speak.
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying. And I've
Yeah.
recently renewed my appreciation of this. You ever watch a movie, guys? And and you can, when they stop talking, that's when you have a time to reflect on what they're going through. Because you're processing the information, and inevitably we are going to pause in life, just like a character on the screen does, person, actor, and then you see their face and you see their movements or lack of there, and you get the idea, hey, I can relate. I've been there. I know this. Or that reminds me of my uncle or whatever. And then you make an impact. This is actually really good for auditions. This is why you need to pay attention, not to a dialect, not to get all caught up in things like that. Get to know your character. And if you've never auditioned before, number one, I'll just basically tell you, okay? Number one, check your history on 99. That's what it's there for. If you have questions, I'm here, but if you have questions, talk to them, okay? Your original person representative. And also, everybody lives in different places, but I guarantee you, because it's the way it is, look for a community theater, look for student films, okay? Way out of your comfort zone, even more important to do it. Okay. You don't grow in a comfort zone. I like to call it a coffin zone. You don't grow. You're just lying there in the dark. And no one knows you're in the dark, but you sure as heck do. And it doesn't feel good because you're made to move. We were designed to move. We're created to move. Okay. And you need to do that. Everybody here is a human being. You all have strengths and weaknesses. Focus on your strengths. Don't focus on your weaknesses. Weaknesses take a lot of energy. Okay. It's not good. It's and also, this is a big thing. Well, let me tell you what slows down your momentum and keeps you in your head. Too much social media. I'm just saying. Okay. Why? Well, number one, inevitably you are sitting. Don't drive and do this. But you're sitting in front of the computer, in front of the tablet, in front of your phone, whatever, and your body is at rest. Okay. It's not moving. I'm being silly, but yeah, I watched an exercise video. It was so inspiring. Yeah, but was it perspiring? What do you mean? Well, what'd you do with it? Well, I watched, and in my mind, I am fit. Well, that's nice, but you're not going to lose those extra pounds if you just watch. You need to do lights, camera, action. So actively get, there's the word act, strange, actively get into a situation where, if you're scared to audition, ask to volunteer. People love volunteering, and because you're supporting their dream. Okay. And eventually it will lead to a paid position. Why? Because people want to work with others that are enthusiastic. They love enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is everything. Okay. It's a fire. People notice a fire. The only cute demotivator character that I can think of that's attractive is Eeyore. Don't be an Eeyore. Be a rabbit mixed with maybe Piglet and a little bit of Pooh. But don't be an Eeyore. That's only nice on the cartoons. Okay, which actually is my favorite cartoon of all. But yeah, and here's how you do it. I'm going to give you some practical things in the last 10 minutes that you can do. Okay. Number one, check with 99. Seriously, look in your history. How bad do you want it? This is a song from country singer. I forgot his name. Also, call call a college that teaches acting, that teaches theater, something. Okay, and go see a play. Go see a play. Read plays too. Oh, David, I'm too busy. This is not busy. This is wasting time. Okay, where you could be picking up an actual book and reading a play, whichever you choose. Libraries are free. They're filled with friends, thousands and thousands of friends called books. Okay. They don't judge you. You just read. And then you start to change your mindset. Okay. And you start to develop confidence just by feeding your mind and slowing down. And no one's after you subconsciously on this little device, which is not a phone, it's a mini computer. Okay. And go watch people. I'm giving you activities to do. Go watch people. People watching is a lot of fun, actually. If you have the opportunity, or if you just like that, go to an airport and sit. you know, watch people. Watch people in the park. New York City is a great place to watch people. But wherever you're at, there's people guaranteed. Okay. Also, universities that teach film making have students that are graduating every year. Okay. And they need a thesis film. They need actors to be in their film. So you can
Yes,
volunteer. Who said yes?
I did.
Why?
Why? Because NYU called me several times to work on a short film. Some were unpaid, but I did it in the beginning to get experience.
How was it?
It was great. I also volunteered at the Tribeca Film Festival for 7
Oh,
years.
nice.
They wound up paying me, and later on I wound up working with Mr. De Niro on Zero Day.
Oh, that was
Oh, nice.
pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
Hey,
cool.
can I say something?
Yes, Alyssa.
Sharon, you look very familiar. Have I seen you on TV or any kind of
When, yes, you may have seen me on Elsbeth.
I don't remember, but you look very, very familiar. I could have sworn I seen you
And
somewhere.
Succession.
Um,
I've
dang.
been in a couple of things.
Okay. Well, nice to see you.
Well, nice to meet you here. And good
Thank
luck
you.
on are you doing well? Are you getting involved? Are you networking?
Yes, yes.
That's
I
great.
am. Thank you so much.
Alyssa, where are you from?
I'm from Miami, Florida.
Miami, Florida. Okay. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
listen, this goes for everybody. Everybody's welcome. But write to me. I know a lot of great people in Florida.
Okay, I'm gonna email you after the class, actually.
Okay. actingcoachdavid@gmail.com.
Yes, I screenshotted it from the chat already.
Okay, sweet. Yeah.
Okay.
Kai Brown said this, and this was just a minute ago. Everybody talks about stage fright, but nobody talks about being put on the spot at random. I would suggest, Kai Brown, and I think we've had this discussion before, go to improv. Take an improv class. They're fun. Everybody's doing the same thing in that they don't know what they're doing because there's no script, but they have fun anyway. Okay. It's like a playground. You remember playgrounds? When I can, I sneak in a swing or two because I don't care what people think. I've graduated to that degree. what do people think if I sat down and swung on a swing? I don't care. Okay. They would probably, if anything, it's having fun. Wish I could do that, but you can. Okay. So take some improv class. That's another thing. Thank you, Kai Brown, for saying that. Improv classes, improvisation. Whose line is it anyway? You remember that show? Okay. I use that as a reference. But they're cheap, they don't cost a lot, and you meet people that are doing other things. Even non-actors take improv because, like sales positions, it helps you to think on your feet and have fun and move instead of just mulling over things 200 times a day and not doing anything. So improv classes, that's another thing. There is so much opportunity to take your motivation to momentum. So many things you can do, really simple stuff. Some of them is free, you know. Here's another thing. Go to the zoo. Yeah, that's what I said. Go to the zoo, okay, and watch animals. Why? Because animals have no inhibitions. You watch a gorilla. Gorilla will do what the heck they want to do. Monkeys, you pick. Okay, what's your favorite? They'll do what they were designed to do, how they are created to do, and they have no apologies, no stage fright, no nothing. You know, they'll just do what they do. You watch how they move. Seriously. And if you're brave enough, why don't you just walk around for a little bit? I've done that. You walk around a little bit like your favorite animal. I've taught that once at a studio once, and adults. And people picked, one person picked a lion, another a snake, believe it or not, another a deer. And the deer and the lion ended up running around the room on their hooves and chasing each other and taking, and not orchestrated it all, so no one got hurt, but taking down the deer. It was beyond funny, but it loosened him up. You need to move your body in order to loosen it up. And I'll tell you another thing. You know what causes, you know what, I'm telling you, look it up. You know what causes disease? Inflammation. That's what causes it all. You don't need Supoflex that you see on TV that has a bunch of side effects, and you know, and you see people 120 years old running down the beach. Okay, you don't need that. You need to check your diet. If you want to be in this business, you need to take care of your body. Okay. Freya, I think you wrote to me once about different things. You write to me again. I'm looking at the Q&A. Fort Worth, Texas. Yeah, I know a lot of people in Texas. You might want to write to me too. Yeah. So anyway, what I'm going to encourage you guys to do, okay, is get on, make it a point, okay? Make it a point to get on all the calls from 9-9, okay? The more you learn, the more you grow, and the more confidence you gain, because the more you learn and the more you grow and the more you want to move. We're made to move, okay? Jacksonville, Florida. Elizabeth, I know someone there. If you want to write to me, I'll connect you. Seriously, okay? But you need to move your fingers and send me some actingcoachdavid@gmail.com. Also, I'll throw in my website, okay? Tama, T-A-M-A, group.net. T-A-M-A, group.net. Savannah, Georgia, great place to act, and a beautiful, beautiful state too. Yeah, so this is all very cool. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this and run with it. Okay. If I said anything, even one or two things that struck a chord, pay attention to the reverberation of that chord, kind of like a violin, you know, or a guitar. So I'm going to let everybody go. It's 10 o'clock here, 1 o'clock there. You have a blessed day and a blessed weekend, okay?
Thank
You
you,
too,
David.
David.
Thank you,
Thank
David.
you,
David.
Thank you again,
Thank
Coach
you
David.
too,
very
David.
much.
Right.
Appreciate
Have a
it.
great weekend.
God bless
Bye,
you
folks.
God bless.
and
Thank
stay
you.
safe.
Bye. Thank
everyone.
you
Have a
so
good
Stay
much.
very
David.
safe.
Y'all take care.